Whew. All right. Let's see what we can see. What's the deal, everybody? This your boy Abu Nas. I'm chilling in Madison Square Park right now, catching in a little bit of sun. Wanted to jump on here real quick. I don't know who might pop in into the chat or what have you, but I needed to get some thoughts out my head before I head back to the office. And especially in terms of Star Wars and all the other tweets that's been happening on Twitter behind the missed opportunity, um, um, the missed opportunity issue. But look, man, I applaud Mark Hamill in every way, shape, or form because he gives less than a fuck about this point, about anything at this point. And I totally agree. I mean, if you don't care enough about the legacy characters that built this franchise from the ground up, and you can't even give them a little bit of shine, and that doesn't disrespect the new characters that you're trying to push or whatever, then I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. I really don't. But I'm staying on target regardless. Panboy, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm back on the grind. Got a little sniffles here and there, but I'm good to go. You know, I've been picking and choosing, who I want to respond to in these social justice nitwits, their tweets. I mean, they really just have it in for Mark Hamill, and I didn't even think that it really warranted that, but yeah, MV. I think they didn't have him at Star Wars Celebration because he's at odds. How would he not be at odds? Eldrick, what's going on, brother? Mara Jade, what's going on, my queen? So good to see you. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy basically screwed it up, and since she was, pretty much in the house with JJ, I mean, he already filmed the scenes, so he's not contractually obligated to fake the funk anymore like he had to during the last couple of years, and I'm feeling that. I'm definitely feeling that. If anything else, man, I mean, what more can you say from the original OG himself? You know, he did what he had to do. He supported Ridley and Chick Chasing Finn and Rose Tico and all them other dumbasses. He supported their lame ass storylines from the jump. Yeah, I mean, he even had to fake the funk with Ryan Johnson after all the shit that he had to deal with him. You know how Ryan called him a mofo and all of that other dumb shit during the Q&A. He had to deal with all of that, and he had to keep it with a straight face. But he said it the best. This is not the Star Wars that he remembered. This is the new generation Star Wars, and that's fine. The one thing, that's right, they went after him over the one thing that all of us wanted to see. That was not even that big of a deal. You know, Rinsler, what's up, brother? Yeah, long time no see, player. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm up here, on location, just chilling, and I feel bad for him, because he was our hero, and he didn't deserve the bullshit that he got. But you know what? We as real fans that's been here since day one, we have an obligation to Mark Hamill to really, set this thing straight. And at this point, my gloves are off. Nuruddin Shah, what's up, brother? Hail Nuruddin Shah. Good to see you pop in, man. I'm not gonna be long. I pretty much wanted just a lot of stuff to come out my head because I may, be disappearing for a little bit starting next week because the Islamic fast of Ramadan is starting next week at some point. So I'm going to be pretty much fasting and getting back into the spirituality of things. So I may have to leave all of this behind for a month. I may pop in and out, but, I've kind of figured let me just. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MV, thank you for the greetings, brother. And Yeah, man, it's a great day out here. That's why I wanted to jump on here. As you could, see, I'll give you a little setup of where I'm at. This is that building up there is where I was, handling my business, serving some papers and stuff. But yeah, man, it looks great out here. This is Madison Square Park. Everybody, is chilling and getting their groove on and what have you. But this is New York City, everybody. So if you don't live in New York City, this is what Midtown Manhattan is like. And oh man, Shellback, what's going on, man? Good to see you. But as I was saying, I'm glad you're here, man. As I was saying, we owe it. Oh, you on the West Coast? Oh, okay. So it's noontime now. Everybody getting ready to have lunch. Eldrick, everybody getting ready to get their grub on. I mean, I got my little food at the office, but other than that, man, I had to take care of this little bit of business real quick, and I had a little bit of time, so I said, you know what? Let me just jump on live, chill with some people for a little bit. Like dream, save the dream. Yes, sir. Everything Star Wars. What's going on, man? So good to see you. We was just talking about the Mark Hamill thing, and the name of this live stream was "Stay on Target." I have an obligation, and I just wanted to relate my thoughts to all you guys. See Star Wars thing. I'm dedicated to this, man. I got my Star Wars, little jacket. I'm dedicated. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Got a little sniffles here and there, brother, but I'm ready to rock and roll. Been taking the meds, and I'm still taking the meds, so I got this on lock. But yeah, we have an obligation to the OG, the number one OG Star Wars fan who happens to be our hero. Um, well, in terms of my sickness, I had um, pretty much my bronchitis and severe upper respiratory infection, along with the flu. But then my blood pressure was like sky high, so I was just really out of it. Can't believe Kathleen Kennedy said the title is not. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing that bugged me out. I mean, you put a trailer out talking about the rise of Skywalker, and the so-called president of Lucasfilm don't even have a clue as to what that really means. That's bad. That's really, really bad. Stephanie Janicek, hey there, girl. Oh my goodness, my queen is in the house. Thank you. Thank you for popping in, man, to say hello. Aaron C, what's going on? Got hope for the Mandalorian Cassian. The Mandalorian is probably maybe the only standout. I'm not sold on the Cassian thing because I think that's like a social justice warrior agenda. Fill in the blanks with the diversity thing to give them a show. But it is what it is. Because I like Rogue One anyway, so I'm not really sweating the technique behind that. You're doing an unveiling of some new figures? Oh, some wait a minute, some figurines or something with Star Wars. Darth Tico, hey, what's going on, brother? Good seeing you. Glad you're here. Oh, my queen Wanda, thank you. Yes, I am feeling much better. As I was telling Shellback and the rest that I'm still taking my meds and stuff, and yeah, I had a little bit of a long road, but they gave me the high powered stuff, so it got me back on my feet the way I needed to. So I'm very happy about that. Yep, Jaina Solo. Oh, okay. All right, that sounds good. Yeah, Shellback, I'm good, man. Like I said, I just wanted to. Clone Wars season 7 looks good. Mara Jade, I am gonna check out season 7 of the Clone Wars. Not paying no money behind it, but I will get to see it, and I hope that they wrap this thing up the right way, or at least in the way that it leads straight to Revenge of the Sith. I mean, the first Clone Wars series that was done by the guy that did Samurai Jack, he did a great job with it, especially how he ended it with straight to Revenge. So if they could do something similar with Dave Filoni, but I have the utmost trust in him that Clone Wars was his baby. So if he's gonna end it, hopefully he'll end it right. You know. But as far as Mark Hamill is concerned, always suspect, yeah, they do keep the good stuff for themselves, but it's all good. As long as they bless me with it and I'm back in business, I'm all right. Paul B, salute to you, brother. Good to see you. Oh wow, we getting a couple of people coming up in here today. All right. The Clone Wars and the Mandalorian look good. Not hyped for episode 9. Nope, me neither. I'm done. I've been said that. Disney canceled Clone Wars because it was too violent. The official reason that they said they canceled Clone Wars when they did the sale was that they wanted to concentrate on episode 7. We didn't realize that it was just going to be a rehash of episode 4. So in hindsight, they didn't need to cancel it behind that because you really didn't do anything of real relevance in terms of how you wanted to go into the lab and create this big, great story. You didn't do nothing. You just did episode 4 reboot. Big deal. Billy D's going to be at the at the Summit Con. Do Lando right. Aaron, they can't do him right. I mean, he's the last one standing. They got his daughter in there, from what I've seen, or what I'm assuming. So basically, he's just there as nostalgia bait to try to get us to the theaters. That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, shit, they got him in the damn same outfit as the pansexual Lando in Solo. They got him in the same outfit. I mean, they can't let this shit go. They can't let it go. I mean, my goodness. Can we at least, if you're going to make Lando do retro, at least put him in the Empire Strikes Back uniform. You know what I'm saying? I know we getting up there with the gut and all of that, but come on, man. Give us some shine or something. That makes them know never mind, because they got their whole plan is already laid out. There's no way. I mean, the Rise of Skywalker is. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. There's no other Skywalker, and if you make Rey into a Skywalker or Solo or what have you, like I said, now all of a sudden this was important, and then it contradicts a lot of the dialogue in Episode 7 anyway. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but if it works for the social justice NPCs that disrespected Mark Hamill on some bullshit, then have at it. But the rest of the fans that's been here since day one, we're done, we're tired, we're through. But because we owe Mark Hamill this as his #1 fans, to offset the total blatant and disgusting disrespect that he had to go through for all these NPCs, nah, stay on course and burn this shit down. Keep your money in your pocket. Cause as much havoc on Twitter and on Facebook as you possibly can. Lucasfilm bringing back Palpatine, okay, that's cool. Did they actually listen to? Nah, they didn't. They're not paying attention to the EU unless they got to cherry pick it to put it in their stories. We already know Palpatine came back as a clone. Luke Skywalker almost fell to the dark side. He had help from Princess Leia to bring him back to the light, and then they finally defeated Palpatine for good. Where's this thing coming from with Palpatine? Now, the theory is that he's a hologram, and from the rumors that I was hearing a little while back, that Kylo Ren was supposed to have discovered the holocron, that set him on this dark path, and Snoke kind of confirmed that some bullshit. But like I said, it's all redundant at this point. Snoke's dead. Ain't nothing more to be said. The main antagonist was Snoke. JJ knew it, KK knew it, everybody else in the world knew it when we first saw Force Awakens. Rian Johnson just totally killed all of that. So now you got to copy and paste and pray to God that the movie that JJ said that he's making should be a standalone movie that'll wrap up the entire two trilogies. Yeah, exactly. Ain't no way in hell they could do that or do it correctly. That's going to satisfy people. So I don't even know why they really trying to push this. Just be real, keep it 100, and just say, you know what? There's no way we can. We're just limping to the finish line. That's all we're doing. Jumanji and Cats. That's what I'm going to spend my money on. Because Jumanji was the movie that took The Last Jedi out in week 2. So you know what? I'm rolling with what's a proven winner. Jumanji. Yeah, they're using the droid from the Battlefront 2 game that has Palpatine's orders of. Like I said, not everybody plays Battlefront 2. I mean, I play it, but there's the general audience you have to think of, or fans of Star Wars that don't play the video game. There are pockets of fans that don't rock the video game, so they wouldn't know that part of the plan like me and you would, Eldrick. We know that, but hey, but Wookiee Live said I'm a theater hop to divert. Yeah, if you really need to go see the movie, just pay for something else and sneak in. And that's it. I'm just gonna stay true to what Mark said about the intentions and what was the expectations from their side, him, Harrison, and Carrie, when they came on board to do the sequel trilogy. And George made it very clear he had specific things that he wanted to explore. So if he wasn't going to direct it, he wanted to give it to Disney. That was part of the thing Lawrence and all of these people thought, and it failed miserably. Now all of a sudden, episode 9, after everything went to shit from Last Jedi, now all of a sudden we talking about, oh, Lucas is on board, and we had lots of good talks with Lucas before. Stop. Because damn well Lucas ain't really talking about this shit. And I know he probably regrets selling the company at this point. I know I would. Shit, if you can't do something, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. I know he's probably really thinking long and hard. I know I had the backlash and all of that from the prequels, but did I really need to sell my company to Disney, even though it's a family company and I thought they were going to do right by it? They just totally shitted on everything and throwing all types of unnecessary stuff in there to appease a demographic that's not going to be here in 5 years. They're not. I can tell you that right now, out the jump. It was mind-baffling that Jumanji or any other movie should beat and Star Wars. Exactly. That shit was unheard of when that came out. I had to do a double take, and I sat up there, was like, wait a minute. The Last Jedi got taken down in week 2? Well, who was the movie that was fun? And then when I saw it was Jumanji, of all movies, yeah, you already know. Oh my goodness. My brother Rookie Critic in the building. $2 super chat. Album Nas is the best. No, brother, you are the best. Yeah, your talent speaks for itself, man. I can't even do half the shit with tomatoes that you do. So I salute you. As a matter of fact, I hope you teach me some of your tricks of the trade. You know what I'm saying? So I cannot be as one-dimensional as what I'm doing right now, just up here running my mouth. Social Justice Warrior products is failing left and right. Yeah, nobody's not buying anything. Nobody's not buying nothing. Nothing. Whose fault is that? Hasbro had and Kenner and everybody else, they was all hyped up. It was hype. They knew episode 7 was coming out. They was going to have the big 3, and you couldn't lose. Toys were flying off the shelf. But they only flew off the shelf because we got suckered in. You didn't see Luke Skywalker until the damn credits was rolling. Han Solo got the shaft, it went out like a sucker. And plus, he was a damn bad parent. Him and Princess Leia. So, what the hell was all of this about? You made our heroes go through all of that just to have them regress. I can't with these people. I can't. And then you have the nerve to act like, we're at fault with this shit. And this is every day, folks. You're going to see new tweets. You're going to see new posts. You're going to see a lot of new stuff. A petition on Brie Larson. Oh, I did hear of it. Yeah. It's rather late in the game, isn't it? I mean, she already had a solo movie. She was already in Avengers Endgame, I mean, what's the point now? I mean, half of us is already done with Marvel, so we shouldn't even care. To be honest, it's like, why would you want it now? Shit, we've been telling you that Monica Rambeau was the real Captain Marvel that used the name for over 10 years. Carol Danvers didn't have that name for what, maybe a year and a half, 2 years before Rogue stole her powers, and then all of a sudden now you had to use the name again, so you brought her back? Come on. Like I said, man, that's stupid. But the stupidity is with us for even falling for that shit. But Avengers Endgame did the thing. They did their thing. Oh, another one, another $2 from the rookie critic. He said Howard the Duck should play as rookie. He would have probably done a much better job than that girl Brie Larson. I mean, even with his little ducklets, he can emote more character and heart than that chick did. But for whatever reason, she's the golden child, and she's gonna be directing Marvel movies, and she wants the female Avengers, and you know what? Have fun, man. Have fun. I'm good. It's funny as hell. Her fans are trying to get her to step down. Can we say karma? Yeah. Now it's all catching up to her. But her arrogance was going to be her undoing no matter what happened. Talking about the tragedy of episode 8 for years. Yeah. And you know what? Dare I say it? I think Rian Johnson wanted it that way. He's always, unfortunately, going to be relevant to the extent that it was by his hands that the franchise was destroyed. And whether nobody is going to admit it or not, which they're not, because they got to keep up appearance until this thing is out in the theaters, and then maybe a year or two down the line, after the shit don't make the money that they want, now they're going to come out and say, well, yeah, we did have a little problem with that. Now, at this point, nobody gives a fuck. We moved on with our lives. So that's pretty much it for that. If RJ is still telling himself that he hasn't caused irreparable damage to the stock, needs to do some serious soul searching. Yeah, he does. He does, Nate. He does. But he's not caring. Because like I said, he keeps talking about this damn, his little trilogy that he's supposed to get. But he ain't hear no rumblings from Disney. You don't hear nothing. Nobody's not saying a word other than him. And like I said, if you want to keep the hopes alive, and in the event that they do give him a trilogy, that's career suicide, because he's already exposed. But you know what, Disney? That's your money. You ain't getting my money, but that's your money. David Hervey, what's going on, brother? Yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm here. I'm rocking and rolling. Just wanted to put my thoughts down with you guys before I head back to the office. Rensler, I'm not giving JJ a pass either. Like I said, them interviews and everything else, and he had all of that shit completed before you met him, but then after you met him, you read his script and said it was the best. Stop it. All right, well, it's all right. Moving on. $2, the rookie critic is blowing it up today. $2 super chat from the rookie critic said, Care Bears is now more badass than the sequel. And dare I say it, the Aladdin trailer has more interesting parts to it than the Rise of Skywalker. You see that flip move that Daisy Ridley did? I said I can. Y'all pulling out all the stops to make this shit look like it got some, it got some oomph. It got something that's gonna bring all the fans back. In a kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Ain't nobody paying no attention to that. None. The real fans, after what they did with Mark Hamill, it should be abundantly clear with everybody within the sound of my voice that's watching this live stream. We going to war. We cutting out the heads of the snakes. All of that. And I'm going to have a ball doing that shit. Yeah, I got girly giggles. I'm really excited, Shellback. I'm really excited because me burning this shit down now is going to be so much fun. Because I know that even though I tagged Mark Hamill in my little hip-hop thing about, the tweet, I know we can't respond, because if we respond, the Twitterverse will blow up like never before. So I know he cannot respond, but I hope that he actually did watch it and know that the real fans that's been with him and been with the journey, of Luke, Leia, Han, Billy D, Lando, we understand. And that's all we wanted to. We didn't say nothing about the new characters, even though their character arcs was trash. Rian Johnson's direction was garbage. We already know, Mark, that you wasn't supposed to go out sucking tit. Ooh, Lord. You wasn't supposed to go out drinking that soy. Harrison Ford should have went out like a G. Han Solo should not have just been stuck in the chest and fall down the shaft. And then nobody has no, memorial or goodbye. I mean, come on. Shit, they getting ready to do that in Game of Thrones next week. At least they giving their heroes the proper goodbye. We can't even get that. You know? He's seen our videos, so Daisy, yep, Daisy Ridley killed the Raylo thing. But you know, they fighting that shit tooth and nail. They're not gonna give that, up until the day they die. I already know that. They already know they're in the wrong, they've been exposed, but yet they'll still continue to push it. So that means they got their priorities screwed up. But as long as it don't, you know, conflict with my shit and what I'm trying to do, I can have a ball. Use Pervy Swankmatron. Y'all can talk about whether Kylo take it in the ass and does he put a finger in her bun and whatever. have a ball. Have Kylo babies and knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Have a ball. $2 super chat from Rookie Critic. Again, he's blowing it up. The Gungans will rise, led by our Jar Jar Binks. Shout out to Ahmed Best. Ahmed, we owe you a definite apology for the way some fans dragged you to the dirt. You and Jake Lloyd. You know, you did what you had to do with the script that you had. But in hindsight, you know, Ahmed, your Jar Jar Binks served the story. Served the purpose of the story. I can't say that for Holdo. I can't say that for Rose Tico. I can't say that for damn near General Hux at this point. I can't say that for none of these people. But at least BB-8 got more confirmed kills than everybody in the goddamn film. So, Endor forever. Yes, sir, Rookie Critic. Endor forever. Item Driver is doing his thing. Yeah, he ain't even paying these people no mind. He's doing what he got to do. You know? Darth Tico, the people are insane calling Adam Driver's kids the dot. As I said, these people got a lot of soul searching to do in terms of their mental health. But I'm not waiting for them to get back on the ball. Like I said, it's time to burn it down and let these bitches know that disrespecting Mark Hamill is disrespecting all of us. So you know you're not disrespecting me before I get in your ass. That's out. Rookie Critic, $2 super chat, said Ewoks will be the elite soldiers of the galaxy. Hey, I can believe the Care Bears of the Ewoks can do their thing now. I believe it. Because everybody else is incompetent as fuck. So, that's how I'm looking at it. Yup, I'm numbing it up. But, you know, all that being said, stay on target, everybody. Stay on target, because I damn sure is. There's nothing you can do. I mean, I don't care how pretty you could dress this shit up. What we know from interviews, from press junkets, from the so-called fans, that's not really fans, they're a bunch of opportunists. There is absolutely nothing in terms of plot that you can convince me, knowing how disingenuous you was, for letting this shit ride with Rian Johnson, and you don't call it the task, but you want to try to retcon and try to correct what you can on the slide, like you don't think we're not going to notice. We seen it all, we heard it all. So, no, that's a done deal, you know? At the very least, you know, with Game of Thrones, you know, I never really spoke too much on about my feelings on that episode, you know, where Arya Stark got it for the win. I mean, I've heard all the arguments, you know, for those two and against. You know, I actually watched the live the High Council where Jeremy and the other critic was going at it back and forth, but I agree with the guy that was going, you know, that was telling Jeremy, you know, hey, you know, we seen something different in that, you know, and it's all good if you upset about how it was portrayed, that's fine. Cecil, you know, I went with Cecil with it because number one, and I'm the person that saw Lord of the Rings, so I already know. Number one, you know, I guess from their standpoint, they looked at it and trying to ground it as the situation was supposed to be. It wasn't even supposed to be a cakewalk, you know? But at some point, you knew the Night King was going to die. It didn't matter whether it was in episode 3 or episode 5 or 6. He was going to die anyway, because it didn't make no sense. You building them all up, and then he just takes over because you don't have nowhere to go from there. So I knew that it's going to have an end. Let the end be as meaningless. But then again, dare I say it, and I have a theory on that. I don't think the White Walkers is completely out of the picture yet. You know, like I said, I have my own theories behind it, and it starts and ends with Bran. So I'm hoping that this subversion of expectations because we should have seen Jon take on the Night King, but instead we got Arya, you know, hitting the killing blow. And like I said, I even though my expectations were subverted like Rian Johnson, at the very least, I was invested in Arya's story anyway. So that's why I cheered for her. You know, even though in my heart I knew I still wanted Jon to be that man, but I could dig it because I loved Arya and I was with her journey just as much as I was with Jon, and I went with it, you know, and I liked how they played it. But as far as the cinematography, I didn't have a problem watching, you know, the episode. I, you know, did the little lighting and stuff, but, you know, I had 4K, so I was good. And, but I could see where people were coming from, you know. I mean, Game of Thrones, yeah, Aaron, Game of Thrones is rushing to the very end. You know what? Everybody said the same thing about The Sopranos. Sopranos was like top notch until it got to the last episode and everybody lost their mind because we're expecting a certain thing to follow its path that we've all grown to know and love. But the creator said that he did that to, you know, to create something. But it didn't pan out that well. So Sopranos got that little mark. Same thing with Dexter. They went through 8 seasons of Dexter and it just limped to the finish. You know, it doesn't take away from all the good stuff that they had, but then when you come to the end, you got to have something to knock somebody's socks off. You know, people were pissed. So I'm hoping that Game of Thrones won't go the same way, but if my theory pans out the way that I'm hoping, because it does start with Bran, I'm hoping that they get so caught up with Cersei that Bran may be the true villain of the show. Not so much as a villain, but remember, folks, he still got the mark of the Night King. He still has the mark. And any time that the Night King touches someone, he can transform them into the White Walker. Not a lot of people probably missed all of that, but I didn't. And I saw the way that he was looking at the Night King. It was almost like they was in sync with each other. And I said, you know what? That's going to be fucking brilliant. If it pans out the way that it is, because everybody's so caught up in the whole Cersei thing. And then we'll get the Game of Thrones that we're normally used to getting, you know, with the political backstabbing and the scheming and stuff like that. Give it time. That all I'm saying is that give it time. Give it time. Let's see if they can pull out the miracle. Because if Jon is supposed to be the prince that was promised or something to that effect, it's going to come at the very end. And you know what? I'll happily take this fake out with Arya, even though I personally liked the episode for what it was. I love the cinematography. I loved it all. But that's just my opinion. You know? I love that fake out, and I hope that if it does come to that and Bran is the true antagonist, it'll be something of a thing of beauty, no matter which way it ends. Because obviously good is going to defeat evil, but it's going to be still bittersweet, just like George R.R. Martin told them. Because I didn't want people to forget that I'm not calling Weiss and Benioff, you know, a bunch of hacks as of yet, because they had a lot of long conversations with George R.R. Martin. And he is not one to go with the regular fantasy trope that everybody is so used to. We got suckered in. You know, it may be his plan all along to subvert the entire thing. You know, but what you gonna say? If the author is authorizing Benioff and Weiss to do X, Y, and Z because they had these talks and he gave them the bare bones of what he is going to end it with, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. That's all. You know, see these last 3 episodes, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can come up with the win. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Now, as far as Mark Hamill is concerned, Nightfall. I tell anybody within the sound of my voice, please go see Nightfall. Please go see it. It's on the History Channel. It's the best. That show, I was on board since season 1, you know, but season 2 is just on another level. You wanna know why? Because you see your hero, Mark Hamill, be the badass teacher and fighter that he is. They gave him something to do. They gave him a purpose. They gave him students that he actually teaches. Wow. Wow. So a show on the History Channel talking about the Knights Templar gave Mark Hamill all the things that he was supposed to get in the Star Wars movie to teach Daisy, Super Chick Rey, to be a proper Jedi. Give her lessons of the history. Nothing. Yeah, check it out. I tell you, you will not be disappointed. Mark Hamill, it's like he's a badass and he don't give a fuck about your feelings. He's harsh. He's a harsh teacher, you know? Not like what we would see him as a Jedi, but at least he's teaching something. At least he's doing something with the knowledge that he got. At least he's doing that. Come on. Yeah, Vase. Check it out, man. Alex Stewart, what's up? I hope George R.R. Martin trolls these hacks. Yeah. I mean, George R.R. Martin liked what Benioff Weiss did. So if the author is on board with it, I ain't really got that right to complain other than what myself personally I would have loved to have seen. That's all. Oh, yes. Stephanie knows. Stephanie Janicek knows. Yes, he is a badass. That's what we should have got damn near in the freaking Last Jedi. And in the Last Jedi, if you didn't kill him, he should have been in the Winter Crate to face Kylo and had it out with him. And then messed up his mind with some real Jedi knowledge, telling him how silly he was to fall for the dark side and Snoke and all of that. He didn't get none of it. You must learn what you have learned. Yeah, exactly. Do you even go to the Brooklyn courthouse? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I was there Tuesday. I was there Tuesday, so and that place is a mess, but I love the people there. So Nate G, $2 super chat said TLJ sucks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even after all this goddamn time. What was it? A year and some change? Year and some change. These bastards up here disappointed us, and nah, man, not even. But you know what? It's all good though. It's all good. You know, Mark Hamill gave us our rallying cry. We're gonna burn this shit to the ground. You know, I know half of the New Yorkers, they probably, you know, checking out my little live streaming shit. And it's like, yes, sir, Albanos, we gonna burn this shit to the ground. You know, I wish I could do like crowd reactions and stuff. It's like, hey, excuse me, sir. You want to burn episode 9 to the ground? Holla back. You know that's right. You know. So I'm about to head back to the office. Wait a minute, let me see what's going on. Oh, you work in Brooklyn Supreme Court. Yeah, man. Star Wars. Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, hit me up on the DM on Twitter and let's exchange numbers, man, so we can hook up, you know, because our Brooklyn office is right there too, so we definitely got to do lunch. Yep. I'm just trying to go through the thing.Maybe I might have missed something. Yeah, Nightfall season 2 is great, man. I rocks to that. I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I rocks to that hardcore. But seeing Mark Hamill doing the things that he's doing in that show, that like I said, Disney, Lucasfilm should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. Just the fact that you took an iconic hero that we grew up with, that we know and love, that we bought the toys and did the cosplay and bought all the books and the Star Wars card, you know, like me, like what I did when I was a kid. And then you do some dumb shit like this, have him sucking on, you know, soy and squeezing titties and all of this. And then he goes on a show on the History Channel and he starts lighting it up. I know the ratings on that show is astronomical. I know the ratings on that show is like ridiculous. But it is what it is. You know? Matter of fact, like I said, I applaud the History Channel for bringing that man on board and showing Disney and fake Lucasfilm how that shit is supposed to be done. As far as Game of Thrones is concerned, guys, like I said, man, just be patient. I know a lot of people probably, not a lot of people, because I've seen some reactions for the Arya kill and stuff. And you got, grown men and women cheering Arya on. So it's not so cut and dry behind that. But I can definitely, feel people's reservations behind it. All I'm saying is just let the last 3 episodes ride out, and then we'll just make a real accurate assessment on the thing as a whole. That's what I'm trying to do, because I got my theory, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hoping that it'll pan out the way that I hope, so this show can go down as one of the best shows of all time, hopefully. As far as the Avengers Endgame, the only thing that I'm gonna say about that is that because I already spoke on it on my last live stream. Hey man, the time is a fickle beast. And since they fucked it up to the extent where, they retcon most of all the other movies, as long as they happy with the results, because $2 billion, they already made $2 billion worldwide, and they haven't even been out for a whole full week, I think. Yeah, they've been out almost for a week. $2 billion. I know one thing, Star Wars ain't gonna make that type of money, so they're not gonna make that type of money, so that's it. They're not going to do it. I don't care how bad you want it to be. After what happened with Mark and everything else with the Star Wars Celebration, and that shit is dead. So don't put no credence in that on no level whatsoever. If anything, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the one movie that everybody needs to go see. It's going to get ready to come up in a few seconds, because I actually want to show it to you. It's going to blow your mind. It's not coming up? Ah, fuck, all right. No problem. Well, you know what I'm getting ready to gear up to go see? John Wick. Yeah, Endgame is now part of the Dragon Ball Z universe. Yeah, this is it right here. See that, man? That's who you pay your money to go see that. That should be a satisfying conclusion to a trilogy that a lot of people didn't think that it was gonna pop off, but it did. Dragon Ball Z universe. You know what? I don't even watch Dragon Ball Z, so I may need to check it out. Maybe a lot better than Avengers Endgame, I know that. Yeah, man. The multiverse. Like I said, they trying to go the DC route. That's whatever. But other than that, everybody, I'm just so glad that y'all guys is, still hung out with me for damn near 40-something minutes. I need to get my ass back to the homestead and whatnot, and just de-stress. I still got some cases I gotta close out and whatnot. But other than that, man, everything Star Wars, 199 super chat. No, you the man, brother. You the man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I did greatly appreciate it. Don't even deserve it. Especially since I'm coming on here on a humble. Just to do it, say my little piece. But I'm just glad y'all hung out with me throughout the entire time. Aaron, have a good one, brother. Yeah, I'm about to hop on the Trizane and get back into the office and stuff. But pretty much, hopefully, the rest of the afternoon will be a breeze. And I'm just gonna keep my eye on Twitter. But other than that, man, yeah, stay on target. Let's get this shit cracking. Boycott episode 9. Lock this shit down. It's over. It's over. Laura Barker, how you doing, honey? I'm so glad you popped in. Check the playback. Hopefully you'll find some interesting things. But other than that, like I said, stay on target, Laura. We gotta burn this shit down. It's the end of the line for these cats, But yep. All right, everybody.